So this is try 3 to get this pond moved and situated. There was a pond right there, and you can kind of see this hole that's in this spot right here. So the old pond was right here. So he hired another contractor. They came in, they pulled that pond out, and they built it over here. I don't really like talking bad about people, but I think that this is a situation that we can recognize that that pond was not built very well. So we are here now. We're the 3rd contractor on this site to build this pond. And right now, you can see Nelson, Jim, Christian, Donnie, we're all working on this pond right now. So what's gonna happen is we dug this out, we re-excavated it, we've relined it, we put all new equipment in here. We're starting from scratch. We're gonna have a small 4-foot waterfall drop down in this spot right here. And then there's gonna be a 15-foot long waterfall in this spot over here. And the idea is kind of have 2 waterfalls coming from different directions. And then there's going to be an urn set up in a shallow area of the pool right there. Really, really cool setup. And then these are his fish in here. There's some fish hiding in the cave and some stuff right there. So we've got this tank set up on the side so that while we're working here and doing our construction, it doesn't get in the way. And we're able to keep those fish happy, healthy, and alive. So they're putting that rock on that excavator in this spot, and that's gonna be like a destination rock right there. It's about a 15 by 20 pond. And as you can see, we do everything with the ecosystem in mind. So we're gonna have our skimmers, and those are trying to pull any debris that falls off on the pond. And there will be a decent amount of debris that falls on the pond. Those skimmers will grab it, take it off, and that recirculates up to a biofalls that's over here and a biofalls that's over here. And essentially the idea is the biofalls is going to colonize beneficial bacteria. It's going to allow a place for that bacteria to digest any nutrients, excess nutrients in the water, and then we'll have plants on that waterfall, and it'll all just flow through. And as that water tumbles through the waterfall, it gets polished, helps to keep it clear, and then there's even rock on the bottom of all these. The aquascape ecosystem ponds are really awesome. You can see this is going to be our skimmer right here, and that'll be bonded right to the liner. Amazing property. One of the things that I did with our client here is he was interested in negotiating a little bit. A lot of times the prices are fixed and it's not really easy for me to negotiate, but one of the things, he owns a series of faux restaurants. So I told him, I said, hey, if the guys eat like kings a couple of the days, I'll take some money off and we'll do a trade so that the guys can have an awesome meal and they're just treat them like kings, and we'll negotiate a little bit that way. So today at lunch, Jim is they're bringing a ton of food here, and these guys are gonna have awesome soup and noodles and all kinds of really good faux food. So we're really excited about that. Nelson, are you excited about lunch today?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So when we got here, the water was actually about this high, and it was in the exact same place, but it was leaking, and so it wasn't functioning properly. It had an intake on the very bottom of the pond. It was covered with dirt and algae and things like growing on it, and the suction on it was actually pretty bad. So the pump was always struggling, and it was a big pump on it. Had all the infrastructure over there on the corner. And what was happening was all that water was getting sucked in there, and then it was cavitating the pump because air was continually getting sucked in there. It wasn't quite right system. Anyways, now with this system, we've protected the liner, so we're not going to see any liner anymore. We're not going to see the infrastructure at all except for this, the cap of these really cool skimmers. The neat thing about these skimmers is that they're entirely adjustable. So it has a gate on here, and this gate has a float on it, and it has the ability to latch. But you can close this out, keep the pump on, and then you have a void below water level that you can maintain and have the pump in your hand with a quick disconnect on that pump in less than a minute.
Really cool setup.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a significant upgrade.
I don't know why I
Lifestyle
gave him
change.
the microphone. Now he's taking all of my
there you
glory.
But this will really change the way that our client here lives in his own backyard, because of the upgrade on the infrastructure is going to keep the maintenance significantly lower.
He had a, you're good still. He had a pool set up over here. There was actually a pool pump set up behind me right here with the pump, what Jim was talking about, down in the bottom, and then some terrible skimmer on the side. And so all that water was going over there, going through like a pool pump, and just a ton of maintenance that he had to do to just even keep this thing running properly. It's a nightmare. Right, Nelson? Yep. That's right. Very first thing I noticed when I pulled up on this property was this amazing magnolia. I mean, the size of this thing is just stunning. We don't see magnolias like this typically here. I mean, I would expect to see something like this maybe down in Georgia or something, but this is just a stunning magnolia as you can see it. And I hear a lot of people say, I don't like the leaves. They're falling and going everywhere in my yard, and I'm always raking them. But the funny thing is they drop just as many leaves as a regular tree. They just drop them at a different time. So they usually drop their leaves a little bit more in the spring, because that's when all the new leaves are pushing out the old leaves. So if that wasn't a cool enough of magnolia, you have to check out this magnolia. So this magnolia is actually on the registry. This is a 400-year-old magnolia right here. And this thing's actually protected. It's on a registry, and it's an absolutely stunning magnolia. Really cool thing though is see up here, let me see that right there. That right there, that's actually a palm right there. It's a palm growing right in the top of here, and it's been growing there for years, palm up in that spot. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful magnolia. Aside from that, an awesome live oak out here, and then check out this view across here. That's aircraft carriers right there. We've got shipyard and all kinds of stuff across here. So that on the other side there is Norfolk on the other side, and Fort Smith over here. Really, really cool spot. Truth is, this is a perfectly good shed, and I just wanted to tear it down just so I can make an awesome outro for this video. Get outside, my friends. Oh, wait a second. Actually, the shed was a piece of junk, so none of that was true. But still, get outside, my friends.